Week 12 preview and predictions. I mean,
it.
this season is absolutely flying by. I'm already upset that it's almost over. Can we slow this down? This season's been fantastic. You guys have been great. We got another division game, though. We got Vikings at Packers, 1 p.m. Eastern. Woo. Looking forward to this one. So let's go to the folks that are not involved. Dose, we're going to start with you. Vikings at Packers, 1 p.m. Eastern. How do you see this one going down?
Yeah, I think this is going to be good. And I liked what Bass pointed out, because watching that Giants game for that, I'm like, dude, like watching Romeo Dubs just drop passes left and right. It's like, dude, I don't know what's going on here. And the first it wasn't a touchdown. That first throw that he had like Watson, where the linebacker kind of undercut it, that was a dot. I got to bring it up. I'm going to show him a little love. I always feel like I come off as the hater here for Green Bay. You know what I mean? So I'm going to show him a little love before I pick the Vikings in this game. Look, man, it's just how it's gonna go. Like, I feel like this is the NFC North this year, right? Everybody's gonna keep fighting back and forth. I don't think anybody's gonna separate it this time. And to the Vikings side, as ugly as it looks, I feel like they should have beat the Bears. I mean, you give it that big kick return. The Vikings thought they were good on special teams, and bam, that just happens. For the Packers side of things, it's really the offensive line I'm just a little concerned about. A little concerned about the offensive line up front. I know the Vikings will throw a lot at them. I'm sure Jordan Love will be ready for all of that, but that's it. That's really the only thing here. And I think you got guys like Redmond and stuff like that playing well. I assume they're available in this game. So I'm going to go the Vikings in a close one. But I think this one ends up being really fun. 30-27.
Ooh, I like this one. Well, in division, anything can happen. Packers are certainly a little bit banged up, and we've seen that in these games, it can get tight. So, Nick, talk to me. How do you see this one going down? Vikings at Packers, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Vikings at Packers. Of course, it's at Lambeau. Yep. I think that
every week. How do the Vikings have 17 home games? It's I mean, the Packers have 17 home games. It's crazy.
It's rigged like the election. I'm just kidding. No, I think that this one, because think about it. The Vikings beat Detroit in Detroit. I think that the Vikings are literally, their backs are against the wall. They know that either they win this game or they're truly out of at least the North. And I mean, with the wild card the way it is right now, if the season ended today, I mean, they'd be out of it as well. So I think they're going to come out swinging. I think that Kevin O'Connell's going to pull out his best playbook. I think that the Vikings will win this one in Green Bay, but it's going to be super close. And I have a feeling some guys are going to play a little too hard and it might cost them. I feel like it's outdoor. It's getting colder out. Injuries are going to happen. They're going to try to have everyone out there as much as possible. And Baz, I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout by any means. I got this like 27-24, but I feel like the Vikings have more to play for in this game, as Green Bay is still in the wild card at least. Obviously, they want to go for the North, but yeah, I feel like Minnesota is going to pull off a miracle here at the end.
Wow, this did not go how I expected. One bar, I know that it didn't go how you expected it. We got the other two panelists that are not involved in this game picking your Vikings to win a close one. Both of them a little higher scoring than even I expected. Two pretty good defenses here. All right, talk to me, One Bar. Do you have as much faith in your own team as these guys have in the Vikings?
I mean, I feel like the Vikings, like Baz kind of does with the Packers, it's just, I don't know what to expect week in and week out. Like, I honestly do not know what to expect going into Lambeau. I mean, the fact that you guys are scoring, I hope there's that many points scored in this game. The way these offenses are playing, the way the defense is playing, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 6-3. I mean, the offense has to get going. And it's funny because usually when the Vikings Green Bay plays, there's a lot of points being scored. I'm not feeling that going into this game. Green Bay is favorited. They should be favorited. Vikings, what they got going for them against this defense is coming off that their offensive line showing last week. I mentioned a few times already, but like they're coming off of a great performance. That is going to be key clearly against the Packers defense. They have to double down and have a very good showing on the line again. And really the biggest thing is, again, it's JJ McCarthy. Like, talk about tests of all tests, coming off his worst game as a pro. Just an absolute disaster to go into Lambeau and now has to go against a better defense that gets after the quarterback. It's going to be a test of all tests. I mean, when it comes down to him, can he make the easy throws? Can he limit the turnovers? He's got 4 interceptions in the last 2 games. Will he use his legs? Something he didn't have 1 rushing attempt against the Bears. And that's kind of his bread and butter. Like, he's got to use his legs to make some plays. Against the Ravens, he did it. Pretty much every other game he's done it. And they got to get back to that. It's going to be interesting to see what Kevin O'Connell's game plan is for him. If he kind of tames it down a little bit, if he continues to run the ball, they have to run the ball. McCarthy has thrown it 74 times in the last 2 games. He cannot be throwing it that much, or it's going to be a disaster against the Packers. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I mean, I just think I think the Vikings are going to kind of be a little bit of a spoiler role. I'm glad Nick's still giving a little bit of glimmer of hope for me for the playoffs for the Vikings, but I think we're going to be a spoilers kind of. I mean, if I'm the Bears and Lions, I'm the biggest Vikings fans this weekend. You guys need to knock the Packers out a little bit, but Green Bay, their offense is gonna do some work. I'm very curious to see if Josh Jacobs actually plays. Vikings, they're kind of hit and miss as far as what they're giving up on the ground as well, but Jefferson has to be involved early. I picked the over for a reason. He's done very well against Green Bay. He has to be involved early. I don't care if they're forcing it to him. Get him the damn ball. But I do got the Vikings winning in a surprise. I got it 17-14. I think JJ throws the ball hopefully less than 25 times, and Aaron Jones goes in there, gets a touchdown at Lambeau.
Oh, 3 of the 4 Bass. Jeez, man. I did not see this one, but here we go. I know you're going to pick your Packers. Tell me why the Packers win, though, and then also give me your score prediction.
All right. So I think one bar, you said this very well. If they go out there on offense and have JJ throw the ball a ton, it's not going to look good. And I fully agree, because the Packers allow the least yards per pass attempt in the league. They're also pretty good against the run, but what teams have done good against the Packers is run the football and control the clock. If the Vikings go out and pass the ball a bunch and have some mistakes with JJ or inaccuracy and have short drives and keep putting the Packers offense on the field, they're bound to create points. Like Jordan Love last week, they finally kind of let him control the offense. There was no screens ran. There was no behind line of scrimmage throws ran. That was a big issue the past month or so. So much of that when we're all sitting here going, just let Jordan Love throw downfield. Now he did that in this past game. Just we had a ton of drops. That hopefully will be cleaned up. But when I look at the Vikings offense, it's going to start and end with how they run the football and how Aaron Jones does. And, I think he's had a solid season outside of the injuries, because like I said, if you leave it in JJ's hands, I feel comfortable as a Packers fan winning this game. I mean, he has a 58.1 quarterback rating. He's the highest turnover worthy play percentage in the league at 6.29. And the Packers, they get pressure with just sending 4 or 5. They're 29th in blitz rate. They don't blitz a lot of the time, but they're 9th in pass rush win rate. So it's going to be very important for the Packers front 4 to get home. Like I said, only 3 sacks in the last 3 games. If you only get to JJ once in this game, it's not going to cut it. So when he does drop back to pass, we need guys to step up. Either Rashawn Gary, maybe Lucas Van Ness can return this week. Devontae Wyatt needs to step up. He hasn't looked like himself since the injury. JJ McCarthy is 32nd in EPA per play. He's the worst for all starting quarterbacks. So if they put it in his hands, like one bar is saying, I do have confidence in this Packers defense. Now, stopping the run is going to be an issue. If they do lean into the run, try to control the clock like every other team has been doing against us the past month, that is going to be an issue. Minnesota is 3rd in run block win rate. But overall, I think this Packers team did a lot what I liked, or at least what I wanted them to do last week. They just didn't execute a ton. They dropped a bunch of interceptions. They dropped a bunch of passes. I think Josh Jacobs will play. I feel like every single time he's injured, and it's only like a bruised knee. There's no muscle issue. He just slammed it on the MetLife turf. So obviously it's going to be a swelling thing. I think he's going to be limited Friday, questionable going into the game time decision, and I think he'll play. And that's going to be important. But even if he doesn't, I think Emmanuel Wilson is more than capable. I think the Packers like running the football with him. So I think I have the Packers here. Yeah, I'm going to take them 27-17. 5 of 6 of all their victories have 27 points on offense. So I'm going to go 27-17 Green Bay.
Interesting stat. I'm glad that you.
Oh, also it's Toyota on is starting. That just started.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're in. So Jordan Love's cooking this week. So
yeah, change my pick, please.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. Why'd you throw that in there, man? And all those stats about JJ McCarthy. Good Lord.
My bad. I looked it up today and I was like, yikes. I expected it kind of bad. I was like, damn, it's like the bottom.
It is. Those are definitely accurate stats.
Well, Toyotathon changes everything. Are you guys sure? The last time around, you can switch your picks.
Toyotathon.
I
That's
switch
right.
that thing. I even lied. Switch that thing. There's a lot of outside impacts going on. Bass knows them all, so I'm listening to him.
Moons, Toyota
Yeah, he knows
Thon,
it
dude,
all.
there's a lot going on, man.
I love it. I love it. Well, we got the Lions versus those pesky Giants coming up at 1 p.m. Eastern as well. All the games this week in the 1 p.m. Eastern time slot. We're going to know early how things went in the NFC North. No primetime games this week. Very, very unusual. But Lions at Giants. Nick, let's start with you. How do you see this one going down?
I mean, the Giants they played well against the North. I don't know. Lions are winning this game. It's pretty simple. No, not going to sugarcoat it. That's it for me. That's all I got.
What about Jackson Dart? What if Jackson Dart plays? You know it's Toyota-thon. I don't know what that has to do with Jackson Dart, but
nothing. No, Jackson. Listen, he ripped us up, but it's the Giants at the end of the day. Yeah, no, they're gonna lose. They're a dumpster fire right now. I don't want to sugarcoat anything too much. They're gonna lose.
Well, listen, they were getting into fights with WWE wrestlers at the very least. I mean, you got to give them some sort of boost off
They
of
have
that.
a lot of energy.
Yeah, I'm sure that the Giants front office really loved Cam Scattaboo there a couple weeks off of a broken leg, standing up and getting pushed by wrestlers. But I digress. One bar, talk to me about the Lions versus the Giants. How do you see this one going down?
Yeah, I mean, Giants giving up a ton of yards on the ground. Lions didn't run the ball much last week. They're going to be very well rested. I really feel like they're going to come just run the ball down their throats. They're going to be ornery. They're going to be angry. They should be. I mean, New York lost like 4 or 5 in a row. I'm with Nick. I think it's every time I pick a blowout for the Lions, it never pans out ever. But the Giants also are weirdly keeping quite a few games close. Like, so hats off to them. But no, I think the Lions beat the piss out of them. I got 28-13.
Santana really hates WWE, apparently. Listen, I don't watch the WWE either, but I'm not going to like throw away a whole fan base. I'm sure you're going to piss somebody off in this chat somewhere. I don't know. It seems like you're attacking a lot of people there, bud. A lot of people. All right, Bass, talk to me about this game. Yeah, talk to me about this game. Who do you see winning this one?
So
He
every
said so
time,
much by saying nothing, just with the hand gestures.
All
Nick.
you said was a lot of people. I was like, a lot of people don't like me.
all right. Every time the Lions have lost, I've come on here and say they're going to play mad and they're going to blow out the next opponent, and it has 2-score victory week 2, over 2-score victory after their loss. Week 7 of the Bucks, more than 2-score. Week 10 after a loss against the Commanders, more than 2 scores. So, you know, coming off a bad loss against the Eagles, an ugly one, didn't run the ball well. I mean, like One Bar said, I mean, they're gonna run over and over and over again, and they're gonna find success. I don't care if it's Jameis or Dart. Honestly, I think I might have more faith in the Giants with Jameis against the Lions. I don't know. It's just the guy just goes out there and plays ball. Like so does Dart. Like, I've loved watching him. But Jameis, I don't know. I have a soft spot for, kind of like when Baker Mayfield was, you know, back up on some teams and then finally started to come back into the league. I was like, that's kind of how I feel about Jameis. I think he honestly could play on some teams, but I don't see it at all. I got Detroit winning 31-17.
All right, Dose. The whole panel's picking your Lions. I imagine you are as well. I will say, you are going to at least learn something in this game. How well can the Lions put together that offensive line and protect Jared Goff? That's a big deal week in and week out. And this front 7 of the Giants is no joke. They definitely can get after the quarterback for sure. So how do you see this one playing out on Sunday?
Yeah, no, it's a big question. And I feel like right now we're kind of waiting for answers a little bit with some of the there's some key injuries going on with them. I know Paulson Adebo's banged up, and it's changed their cornerback room as a whole as soon as you take him out of the mix, because opposite of that, they've actually had good cornerback play. The dude slipped my mind right now. I can't think of his name, but either way, Cordell Flott. Yeah, I actually like Cordell Flott. I think he's played pretty good. And to what Bass said, Jameis Winston did a lot of good in that game, to be honest with you. And they're moving Wandale around all over the place, so you got to deal with that. Tyrone Tracy looks pretty darn good. He had a big screen for a first down. Like, I think in this game, it's like kind of like I said, I think it's going to be, I don't want to call them a lesser version of the Eagles, but that's kind of the vibe I get, where we're going to get stressed in a lot of the same ways. But that front 7 is nasty. And I really focus on Abdul Carter trying to handle that. I mean, no Sam Laporta. We kind of lose that blocker. Now it really stresses our tackles of Brock Wright. So he could blow some things up on his own. But I agree with everybody up here. I think we're going to try to lean on the run. You know, we did the Monty over, so we'll see if that hits or not. Go at Dexter Lawrence a little bit. But who's playing guard? I have no idea. So, like, in some ways, I feel kind of comfortable. Like, if I knew who was out there, I'd be like, we're going to do this. But not knowing who's out there gives me some pause for concern a little bit. And then it's not on the flip side. Like, it's like, okay, just slow down Wan'Dale and we'll give ourselves a chance in this game within the passing attack. And so for that reason, I think it's going to be a little bit lower scoring. But I do think you guys are all right. I think they're going to try to really lean heavily on the run this week, being back at home. And then maybe they can find some matchups with guys like Deontay Banks and get some shot plays. So I'm going to go 24-13, a comfy win. But, you know, if it's Dart, he'll do some things off script. We've done pretty well against that. That's probably my biggest reason for optimism, right? We've done really well against quarterbacks trying to scramble and run this year. So if that wasn't the case, if it was like years past, I'd be a little more concerned. But we tend to handle that pretty well. So I think maybe I would prefer Jackson Dart over Jameis because Jameis is going to stand there and throw it. You can leave him some windows. He's going to put it out there. He's going to give guys a chance. So I'll go 24-13.
All right, I like it. Not a complete blowout, but confident in your Lions. All right, let's talk about Bears versus Steelers. Man, I gotta say, Aaron Rodgers got the broken wrist. Sounds like he's going to try to practice this week and then get out there and play. Aaron Rodgers has owned the Bears throughout the course of his career, so this is a chance for the Bears to get back against old Aaron Rodgers. I'm looking forward to this one. Dose, I'm going to go right back to you. Bears versus Steelers, 1 p.m. time slot. How do you see this one going down?
Yeah, the Bears are cooked. I mean, let's keep it. Nick knows what time it is. I mean, you guys are cooked, man. Deal with Aaron Rodgers again. No. I ain't doing it. I'm not picking the Steelers at all. I don't know like where I'm at with that record wise, but I wouldn't pick the Steelers. There's no shot I would pick the Steelers. And I think in this game, like I think Ben Johnson's going to have a perfectly fine time. That offensive line feels like it's coming together for Chicago at this point. That's the only thing I'd be concerned of if I was Chicago is maybe that defensive front can do some work. But outside of that, I mean, you kind of slow down DK Metcalf. We'll see how healthy they are. Maybe Stevenson gets that matchup. I just don't think the Steelers can score that much. And now the Bears have been all over the place. I'm watching. Caleb feels like he overthrows a lot of things. It's like there's a big play. You're like, something big's happening and it doesn't happen. You're like, oh, okay. All right. You get kind of fired up a lot when you're watching Caleb Williams. Like some big play's about to happen. A lot of them don't connect. He just needs a couple this week, I think, to break this thing open. I'll go 28-14. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, I got to say, the Steelers defense has been looking better, though, the last few weeks. They're finally starting to play. They always had the players, right? They had the names. They just couldn't stop anybody. And all of a sudden, they're starting to figure it out a little bit, a little a la Baltimore Ravens style. But they're struggling to score points now. So the Steelers are a very, very strange team. And I got to be honest, I don't know if there's much of a difference at this point between Mason Rudolph and what Aaron Rodgers is today. Things are weird with the Steelers. One bar, I'm going to ask you, Bears versus Steelers. How do you see this one going down?
Yeah, I mean, I hope Aaron Rodgers plays just for entertainment purposes. Get him out there against the Bears like old time's sake. So that'd be fun. This will be a fun game to watch. I mean, both these teams, in my mind, anyways, are very surprising this year. I mean, the biggest thing with Chicago is they continue to take the ball away and they're not giving it up. I mean, kudos to those guys. And I think that's what will happen this game. Caleb Williams coming off what I thought anyways was a pretty ugly game. He needs to bounce back and you need to get the run game going. Steelers do give up a little bit of yards on the ground, so that's got to happen. But I'm not picking against the Bears. I mean, I think it'll be close again. I think they'll find a way to win like they have been doing it. I don't see a ton of points. I got 17-14. Nick, I got to say, man, after that game last week, I didn't mention in our recap, it's so frustrating how Caleb Williams does not go down. I mean, we should have had 5 more sacks and they're just bouncing off them. They're slipping away. And it's a gift. He's got it. And the other thing is Cole Kmet, that is a man amongst boys. Watching him out there, like I'm not the biggest Cole Kmet fan, but that was crazy. That is a beast. So yeah. Anyways,
he's
Bears
a big
win.
Guy. It's nice because he's actually been playing a lot better lately. So against the Vikings, I was like, all right, well, that was nice to see. So thank you, One Bar. I appreciate
he almost killed Isaiah Rodgers. I'm surprised he even got up.
Well, I was like looking at that. I was like, is that a helmet to helmet technically? But wasn't it because he leaned with his helmet? It can't be called helmet to helmet.
I can't remember what it was.
It was
It looked like it.
Anyway, Houdini, Caleb Williams is awesome.
All right, Bass, how do you see this one going down? Steelers versus the Bears, or Bears versus Steelers, rather. How do you see this one going down on Sunday?
So you guys talked about both teams and the Bears and the Steelers. I'm just going to give you one reason why I'm picking the Steelers here. I mean, come on, Nick. I want to take your time back a little bit, back to 2018, Week 1. Right? Aaron Rodgers breaks a bone in his knee, comes out second half off the Percocet. He lights it up. If we're getting Perk Rogers in this game with a broken left hand, he's gonna light it the fuck up. I'm just saying, if that's what we're getting, I have to go with Rogers. That's my reasoning. I don't care if it's stupid. I'm going with it. I'm going Steelers 28-24. If it's Mason Rudolph 27-10. Bears though. But if it's Rogers, I'm going with that. We're going Perk Rogers. Let's go. I don't care how old he is. Do not care.
There we go. Perk Rogers coming in for the W. I love it. Nick, talk to me. Bears, Steelers. How do you see this one going down, brother?
Man, this ain't no future song, no Percocet. I don't know, nothing. No, man, Bears are winning this game. It's time to close the chapter of Aaron Rodgers taking us down and making us his bitch. I'm just
beat up on an old man, and you can't feel good about that.
Yeah, well, relax. We took out Brett Favre in his career when he was with the Vikings. Now we're going to do it again with Aaron Rodgers. I think that obviously I got the Bears winning this one. 7 of the last 8, top of the North, at home finally, unlike the Green Bay Packers who never play on the road. I think that the Bears in this one, Rodgers is saying he's 50-50. If he does play, he does have tricks up his sleeve. He's got a good wide receiver group. But at the end of the day, the Bears could be getting back some good players. Along with that, too, they've been playing a lot better. Ben Johnson's got this offense going. And the Steelers have come back to Soldier Field, which the Bears' all-time record against the Steelers at Soldier Field, I think they've only lost to them once or twice. I can't remember. I saw a tweet about it earlier. But everything is in the Bears' favor right now. They're rolling right now. The fans are going to be definitely behind the Bears in this one, and getting the huge boost on defense if Kyler or Jalen or both come back. It's obviously going to help out this team. But, the Steelers, 6-4, I believe they are. They're one game worse than the Bears, but they got a lot of injuries. Rodgers also that was 7 years ago, Bass. Percocet's made a little different now. Who knows how old man Rodgers is gonna end up handling that one. So I got the Bears winning this one 28-21.
Let's take this opportunity to hear from the sponsor, Sleeper, using promo code RTS. Link is pinned to the top of the description. You can get a 100% deposit match of up to $100. You can also get a free $20 play just by using promo code RTS. You don't even have to make a deposit. All right, I'm going to go to each one of you. I'm going to have you pick one player from each of these games. Nick, we'll start with you since, your team's top of the division. I'm going to scroll through here. You tell me what you like out of these picks.
Let's see. Let me make my screen a little bigger. Getting old from all this winning, you know what I mean? All right. Roma Dunze versus Pittsburgh. Yeah. No, I would do DeAndre Swift right there. Unless, wait, is that a Caleb rushing yards one?
That is 24.5.
Oh man. I'm trying to think of the injury report right now. I would do DeAndre Swift touchdown. Anytime touchdown.
Okay. All right, we'll go with it. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, Vikings at Packers. 1 bar. Go ahead. Tell me what you see here. We got Will Reichert making 1.5 extra points. You got JJ McCarthy at 195.5 passing yards. Justin Jefferson at 73.5 receiving yards. I got to be honest, I might fade him on that.
No, we're going Jefferson. We're going higher. He plays very well against the Packers.
Okay. All right. I like it. Bass, what do you think? What are you seeing over here?
Watson more. He
Moore.
started to get more. He's getting the most snaps out of all receivers last week. Every other receiver's on the injury report. So it's Watson.
Okay. All right, Dose, what are you seeing here? We got Amon-Ra on the anytime touchdown. We got Gibbs on the anytime touchdown. Jameson Williams on 59.5 receiving.
Yeah, let's go. I'll stay in the over category. So I'll give you Montgomery. Give me the 47.5. This guy's due for something. At some point, this guy's got to pop one. Yeah.
All right, we're going off of he's due. That's great. That's why we're at 20x here. There we go. We got Pascal Siakam on the freebie. We got 20x. $10 to win 206. That's how it's done, folks. Absolutely love it. If this one hits, I will be very, very happy. You can tail us, you can fade us, but either way, use promo code RTX. S.
Roundtable Sports Network is your one-stop shop for all things NFL, with daily live shows covering all 8 divisions in the league, hosted by the best content creators on the web, all on one network. Catch the AFC East live every Monday at 7 p.m. and on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. The AFC West Roundtable live Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. The AFC North Roundtable live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. The AFC South Roundtable live Tuesdays at 7 p.m. The NFC East Roundtable live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. The NFC West Roundtable live at 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. The NFC North Roundtable is at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and the NFC South Roundtable is live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST. And of course, fourth and forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network covering all things NFL at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Real coverage, real fans.